Greetings, Pathfinders! Welcome to our Indiefinder Fridays. Today I'm going to be reviewing three independently published third-party products for Pathfinder 2nd Edition, including the Zoomer, the Verdant Emissary, and Diana Luna Lucina. As usual, please forgive me if I mispronounce things. I'm just going to say that that's my thing for today. So, let's just move right along. Here we go. Oh, and for anyone watching, if you know of any third-party products that I have yet to review, please go ahead and message me, because if I haven't bought it yet, I would love to. I always want to add new books to my collection, and I love to make more people aware of some of the amazing work being done in the third-party Paizosphere, especially for 2nd edition. And of course Starfinder. But let's move here. All right. So first we have the Zoomer archetype. Now, this one I'm especially excited about because it opens up all new potential for design in Pathfinder 2 as a system itself. This is not just your regular archetype. This is like a super archetype, a character archetype. I'm not sure how else to describe it. It is a full 20 level archetype. You put this on your character and you could take nothing but Zoomer feats, which makes it completely self-built, completely versatile, as the base class you choose combining with these Zoomer feats is going to make a completely different Zoomer, whether you're a ranger or a rogue or a barbarian or you name it. And of course, if you're using the free archetype system, you only need to choose one archetype. You don't need to either pick a multi-class dedication or 4 or 5 different archetypes to flesh out all 20 levels of bonus feats. You just pick the Zoomer. For those who don't know, the Zoomer was originally made for Starfinder, I believe, a few years back by Alexander Agunas, who also wrote this Zoomer archetype here, along with Nathan Centeni. It is all about speed, battlefield movement, running real fast. Always loved the Zoomer from Starfinder. Love the Zoomer from PF1, and definitely loving this PF2 Zoomer. So the dedication has 4 kind of class paths, 4 choices you can make, just as though it were a base class. You could either be a Zoomer because of like a clockwork prosthesis, because of mystical magical powers, because of the piece of gear. Like you get to choose what the gear is. It could be a motorcycle, a wheelchair, a skateboard, whatever you want, or because you've just trained your body that hard, which is kind of the default Zoomer for me. Each of these dedication paths have feats exclusive to those dedications. In addition, they all have the ability that your movement speed increases, and it will increase further as you get more feats. Now, note the prerequisite of Zoomer is that you move 30 feet or faster. So, as it says in the sidebar down here, somewhere in this PDF, it is better that certain classes will have an easier time getting into Zoomer, as will certain ancestries. But I've already heard of people having a dwarf Zoomer, so I know it's not impossible for any ancestry to go ahead and take this, pick up fleet, pick up the right feats, pick up the right classes, and you are certainly able to get that 30 feet or faster prerequisite down. All right. So right off the bat, right there at level 4, you get your first method. Yes, method feats that split up. You could do stuff like, just to reiterate, the gear method, that's the one where you have a vehicle, uses a lot of the rules for driving and vehicles from the Game Mastery Guide, expands on them, and gives you options that require some knowledge of the driving system. Fortunately, the vehicle system in Pathfinder 2 is pretty easy to learn right off the bat. You get stuff like the ability to have the reckless trait to your driving, crash into people with your driving. You get stuff like accelerated acumen, lets you do normal things that take a minute or longer. You could do in half the amount of time. Things I love about third party altogether is they're doing things in this book that you would never see in a first party book, at least not yet. Maybe when the system advances a little more. Stuff like using the word subsequent action. There's a feat in here that says when you have a an action within another feat. Man, I wish I could remember what that was called. There's a feat in here that lets you, whenever you would stride, due to the effect of a feat, like a feat that says stride then strike, it lets you do other actions instead of stride. And then there's another of when you use a move feat, that lets you strike, you can instead trip or push or shove or what have you. Things like that are just really cool. There are, I believe, 46 feats in this altogether, plus additional feats. Everything Dancing Leaf, Nimble Dodge, Quick Draw, Barreling Charge, Nimble Roll, all the kind of things you'd expect to be able to do with your movement, all the way up to 16th level with Whirlwind Strike for those additional feats. There are focus spells. Most of the focus spells are for the Mystic, but there are some there's at least one that anyone could use. Temporal Recall Mystic spell lets you just pop back to wherever you were as a free action. You cast spell once, and then you could run around and just pop back to where you were. Living Lightning, you move so fast you literally turn into lightning. 16th level feat, love it, love it, love it. You could run so fast you make little cyclones wherever you were, trap people in your cyclones. They have an Ayajutsu inspired feat where you could run through somebody, draw your weapon, and strike all at once. There's just so many cool things in here. They do have an 18th level feat where if the opponent does anything, you could just run away from them. And if you're out of range, you get a bonus, which I absolutely love that because ready to action to move away is a completely underutilized concept that will stumble a lot of GMs and always kind of have a fun game. Oh, what do we have here in chat? Hi, Dom. Smochi Games is doing a Kickstarter for a wintry undead setting. Oh, yeah, that's the, they had a call out for a bestiary from that. Man, I should know the name of that setting. I am definitely going to check that out, though. That sounds really cool. A lot more than just Nordic, I noticed as I was looking through it. A lot of really cool inspirations from a lot of mythos and a lot of the original mythos. And yes, Wintry Undead is so badass. The idea of skeletons with frost coming off their rib cages, lumbering towards you. I love it. Yeah, Nalthith. Like I said at the beginning of the show, I mispronounce things. Nalthith. So yeah, check out that Smunchy Games Kickstarter on the 8th of October. Definitely check that out. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Great time to do Kickstarters right now, as so many of them, I can't say this one will, but a lot of them will be shipping out around winter, and you could call them a Christmas gift for yourself. Or if you have someone else in your life that you can, that also enjoys your hobby, who you feel close enough with to go ahead and ship them a book. All right, so this whole concept of archetypes, 20 level archetypes, let's just call them 20 level archetypes, is so incredibly cool. Like, I have to give all props to Alex here, because this idea of just being able to release products with these cool ideas that you're not quite sure what to do with them, like Zoomer, you're like, I want a character that can move fast, but will he be a striker, a defender, a spellcaster? Will he be a buffer, a healer? What role will he serve in the party? I don't know. I just know all these neat ideas for moving around a lot. Okay, release it as a 20 level archetype. Let the players who get your product decide, okay, this could staple onto a ranger, staple onto a rogue, staple onto a fighter, staple onto a champion. Let the players kind of decide what to do with it. I really like that approach. It also makes the product a lot more bang for your buck, because you're not left with all the extra word count that goes into making a base class. All the stuff like what level your fortitude save goes up. And I mean, that stuff's important. You need it. But you're paying for word. I mean, a product is page number and word count all factors into how much you're paying for that end product. And I think Zoomer, I should write this down, but I believe Zoomer was only about $4 or so, which you're not going to be able to buy a $4 20 level base class. So making this into an archetype, fantastic. Let me put the art up there one more time. You got a Nashi there. Love it, love it, love it. I am all on top of this. I absolutely love this. You should check this out yourself. There are just so many cool abilities, so many things here where you're just like, I would take an archetype just to take like that one feat. But there's so many different feats here, and there's so much cool stuff you could do with this, because there's nothing more fun than just zipping around the battlefield. All right. From there, we're going to move on to the Verdant Emissary. So this is a part of the Just a Second series of books by Legendary Games. This one's written by Sasha Lara Noah Harving, who wrote the Emissary, this being an expansion to her base class. The Emissary was a class I did a review on earlier. It is a magic kind of magic party buffer, but melee heavy. You mark people with a strike, and you could do additional abilities to them by getting rid of that mark. In addition, the mark added buffs to everyone else who was striking that enemy. It was all about representing a nation or a faction, proudly displaying that faction's banner and showing off your imperial arcane heritage. It was a really cool class, and what I love about this product and why I'm excited to share it is it's only like $1 or $2. It shows that third-party classes can get expansions as well. Like, I will admit, when I first started getting third-party products, I would feel like, yeah, this is cool, but I know that I feel like if I buy this, this is it. Like, this is all I'm going to get, and I'm never going to be able to, like, wait for another release and be like, oh, what will my kineticist get now? Or is there anything new in there for the psychic? No. With this throws that idea out the window. It shows you that, yes, you are not buying every part of a complete product. Third-party designers have lots and lots of ideas for their cool ideas and are free to expand on them in these really nifty little add-ons. And it really makes the whole idea come to life, which I think we're going to see a lot more of with more and more people investing in these small 4-page, $1 PDFs, especially on new venues coming out, like even Paizo Infinite. There's going to be a lot of room for people to come up with these great ideas, see how popular they are, and then go, okay, I think people want more of this. Maybe not a whole 64 pages more, but you know, here's some more feet you could throw onto your potential emissary if you like the idea. So in this case, they gave us the reading Imperial Origin. They gave us 2 new Imperial Origins. The Flickering Blossom has a lot of stuff in there about movement, so it would make a good zoomer we were joking about earlier. But I love it because it's the fighting fan. Positive energy Verdant Emissary, which is really, really something they didn't really cover they didn't cover at all in the original book. So I get ahead of myself. The 2 new Imperial Origins in this book are all about nature magic. One is kind of the positive nature magic, one is the negative nature magic. One does positive energy resistance, one does negative energy resistance. One is all about buffing your allies and defending them as best you can, and even healing them. And the other is about making enemies prone and stopping their movement and doing nasty things to them. So there you have it. One uses a machete and a war razor. That's the dark one. One uses a sword cane and a fighting fan. That's the light one, the Flickering Blossom. They're super flavorful. They're really neat. The powers are really cool. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I need just a quick drink of water here. All right. So you're doing cool stuff like getting greater dark vision. You're warping across the battlefield in a mass of flowers and teleporting around. You're wrapping people in vines so they can't move. Your marks with this specifically, the dark one lets you make people prone more easily and makes them have DCs against sickened condition. Makes them more easy to make them sickened and prone by default. And the Flickering Blossom makes them easier to move around. It lowers the DCs against effects that induce force movement. So you're going to be doing a lot of shove and moving people around like that. So really cool. Legendary Games has at least 7 of these just a seconds out already. The other one is about swashbuckler, additional swashbuckler ways to gain panache and what have you, but we're going to cover that next time because I wanted to look into another one. This is from somebody I do know. For full disclosure, I know Alex, I know Sasha, we get along great. I don't benefit whatsoever economically from the sales of these books. I do just like them. But I do like to always have at least one product from somebody I've never met or talked to online before. So I am going to go over an adventure. In this case, Diana, Luna, Lucina. It is based on those 3 Roman goddesses, often intermixed with one another, all 3 of them having aspects of the moon with one another. And it is a sideward adventure. The sideward adventure series is about, like the title would have you guess, side quests. They're not meant to be your entire campaign focus. They are meant to be self-contained, but it contains an entire multiple pages, actually, if you look down here, about why you'd go on the side quest, how to hook your players into the side quest based on alignment, examples of dreams you could give them that kind of lead them on the side quest. There's a lot of oracle-iness in this. There's a lot of dreams. There's a lot of auricular themes. There's a lot of esoterica in this. If you like to throw your players into dream states where they have some level of control but not complete levels of control, this is definitely an adventure for you. I really like that. Like they say they do with all their side quest adventures. This is the only one I've read thus far, but they give the GM a lot of control over how things go. They do give you, the backgrounds of these deities, the background of the poem that inspired the adventure, the artifact that is kind of the center of this, and the strange herald of these deities that kind of helps lead the PCs around a bit if you need to. But this isn't a standard scenario where you're sitting there reading box text and you're saying, okay, we're going to go to the next map. No, this is a lot more free-flowing. It gives you locations. It gives you an objective the PCs are welcome to go toward and are being pushed toward by this NPC. But because it's an NPC pushing them, they don't necessarily have to say, okay, yeah, we're going to do this. I mean, most cooperative players will, because otherwise you won't have much else prepped. So I believe this was, again, only a couple dollars. I think all these PDFs combined were maybe $10. Great deal for this much stuff. They do have box text they give you. They have examples of gameplay. They have these locations. They have maps for all of this that you'll find in the back. Wonderful, wonderful maps, all ready for VTT. Just take them out of the PDF yourself. They even have cards, which I love. They have cards here for the monsters, for the hazards, little things to help remind you. You can print them out on double-sided and just cut them out. They have unique monsters. They have variations on monsters from the bestiary, not just the standard ones, not just reference bestiary, but actual unique creatures. If I had to criticize it, if I had to, gun to my head, I do wish they had some more interesting encounters. There is one that really, really got my interest here. But I mean combat encounters. There's not too much here with tactics, but that could be a plus because you really, really as a GM should be considering your player party composition when determining tactics. Even if the AP or what has you tells you how to use the monsters, tells you their motivations and whatnot, you should really be considering the tactics based on what your PCs are able to handle and what your players enjoy. So there is that. That does go along with the general idea here that this isn't on the rails adventure. This is one where you are free to explore the locations and the setting given to you. While there are stuff like NPC motivations, monsters, this happens, then this happens. Yeah, sure, that's there too, but it's not as on the rails as your standard pre-written adventure, which I really do appreciate. And the artwork. There is so much cool artwork in this. This is made by Simon Hunter. This was released by Steel Hunter, Simon Hunter. A Sideward Adventure arc. This was made by Simon Hunter. You can find all these on DriveThruRPG. I'm not sure if he reuses art or not, or just buys them from packs or whatever, but there is so much artwork in this. There's more artwork than pages in this, plus maps. So this thing is an absolute steal, given I can't even remember how much it was, which to me that means it's probably less than $5 because I would usually remember if I made a purchase larger than that. So I didn't want to spoil any details of the adventure in case someone here wants to play it and not run it. I hope I didn't spoil too much going through those pictures of monsters and what have you, but like I said, really cool stuff in here. I love seeing more adventures. With the news about the new DriveThruRPG Paizo collaboration, we're probably going to see a lot more of them, even more than we have already. But like I said, it's really nice to see more and more adventures being written. There was a recent No Direction episode where I believe it was Randall who criticized we don't have enough third-party settings and adventures yet. well, the third-party world had to get used to how the system works first, and now we are, and now we're seeing just so many cool adventures and setting books coming out, like Nulathith, Borokubos, Battle Bestiary has an adventure book, a kind of mini AP module attached to it as well. We're seeing all that stuff come out now, and it's great. The world of second edition is expanding faster than I could ever predict, and I am so happy to be at the forefront and be telling people how much fun it is. So, once again, let's go back here to Dust and Focus. All right. So, thank you very much for listening to my little rant here as I show off my favorite third-party products this week. If you have any third-party products, please contact me on Discord, Facebook, however it is you want. If only we had a show to round up some of the best stuff from Infinite. Yeah, we will be talking about... I will be doing a whole show on Infinite when more and more information about it comes out. Right now, everything is still kind of slowly trickling in. And I really want to focus on existing third-party publishers and existing third-party products that you could get in your hands right now. Because there are a lot of great publishers out there. A lot of them could use your help. Not help. A lot of them have great products that are worth getting. This isn't like a charity. This is totally worth it. And these products are really, really awesome. So... Again, if you know of any third-party products that you would like to see me review, please DM me, message me, or what have you. I have a queue, but it is not as deep as I would like it. If you have any third-party products you want me to know about and you don't want me to review them for some reason, hey, go ahead and tell me about them anyway, and I'd be happy to buy them, read them, tell you about them, not tell you about them, or just have them. Because my bookshelf longs for more printouts of more PDFs from more great third-party products, and my mind is blown almost every time I open a product. There's always at least one thing in there that absolutely blows my mind and makes me go, wow, that's such a good idea. Because Pathfinder 2 has a lot of untreaded ground. A lot of stuff that's just like, wow, I can't believe I've never thought of doing that. Whereas 1E had a lot of that too, a lot of innovation in 1E, but it was based on a pre-existing game, whereas Pathfinder 2E is more or less a completely new paradigm. There are elements that refer to older stuff, sure, but a lot of new stuff too. So, thank you again for watching. Meet me here on Tuesday at 6 p.m. and we will be opening a booster pack and making a monster in 30 minutes or less, or I'd say double your money back, but frankly, I'm doing this for free because I like having an excuse to open booster packs from different old TCGs that I've collected over the years. So please go ahead and check me out then. And next Friday, I will be doing another Indiefinder Friday. And we'll see what products I'll be reviewing after I have a chance to read them right now and review them and advertise for them myself. And as usual, check out whatever No Direction is streaming on Wednesday. Tomorrow morning, we'll have Arcane Mark on Saturday. And check me out on any of the 50 Discords that I'm on for Pathfinder and the Paizosphere. And I'd love to have a conversation. So until next Tuesday, I will see